Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Journal series. This is a bit of an odd one again, similar to what I did with Sleep Sleepers. This is a video showing off what I did during Packed Portions Week. Now, I'm a little bit later to come around for this one just because of timing. I haven't had a whole lot of time to show you guys this stuff, but just like with Sleep Sleepers, I did intend to upload videos while I was camping, but then found that the data was just a struggle, so I figured I'd live react to it later on. Because as the week went on, I found it more and more difficult to actually record my reactions to things, so I just started recording the screen and nothing else. But the first couple ones, you have my reaction in the audio, so I'll just show you me talking through that, and then the second one's after it goes mute and I just start not talking, I'll react to it here. So let's just hop right into that.
This is just a quick last minute login before the event begins, because we got a little bit more time before packed portions week begins. Look at that. I bet you we're getting a skill loop. Yeah, we are. I don't know if that skill actually goes through when that happens or not. Probably. Well, it definitely doesn't with that. Oh, great. I'm not having quite the time right now with mobile data. This week's gonna be kind of difficult. I'm gonna try my best during this event, but man, no promises. No promises made at all. Alrighty. Let's hop into our sleep session review. This is from Saturday night into Sunday. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but it's currently raining. And it's pretty audible from where I'm laying, but... Oh man, that's a dozing graph if I didn't see one. Woof. So that's probably gonna be this whole week. If that's what night one looks like, it's probably gonna be that. So I'm intending to go to Old Gold next week. What can I get dozing at Old Gold? I guess Vikavolt? The new spawn is slumbering, unfortunately, so I'm not gonna have a chance for that, but oh well. Well, I will have a chance because it's pseudo balanced, but it's just funny. Well, I'm not sure there's anything here that I'm really interested in. I've already got a pretty good shiny Primeape. I've got a pretty good Chikorita, or Meganium? Yeah, Meganium is the final evolution's called. I am interested in Floragato, because I am still looking for that milk farmer, and that is one of the primary reasons I came here. But I'd rather catch it as a Sprigatito, so unless it's hungry... Altaria is hungry. Okay, well, I guess we can just take the Altaria home. I guess I could get a better honey option, because my current honey Venusaur is AAC, I think, or AAB, something like that. It's not true mono. And the last ingredient doesn't really have the best of synergy for any meals, so I guess there is some value in Bulbasaur, potentially, for that honey. Well, how many biscuits do I have? Not a whole lot. I could just catch an Altaria and just call it a day. It did just get a buff. I don't need the honey farmer immediately. That other guy does do well enough for honey. So I'll just save the biscuits for now. I'm still on a seed deficit, and I'd like to try and afford both seeds this month. So if that's at all possible. So that's just what we'll do. We'll catch an Altaria, making serious strides around here. That's no questions there. Wow, it's so puffy. Careful nature. That's like skill up ingredients down, I think, or something like that. Didn't get the memo from its nature. It's like, I'm an ingredient finder. No, I'm not. Wait a minute. You said berries? That guy's very confused. Nature of a skills mon, stat spread of an ingredient mon, and then the actual specialties of berry mon. That's really what we just saw there. Anyway, welcome back to the Daily Journal series. Now, this time I'm actually recording my face with it as well, but, oh, whoops, did not mean to do that. Nightcap is slowly leveling. Just synced up. Okay, Packed Portions Cooking Week is now happening. Let's choose our next research site. I plotted for it to be the Old Gold Power Plant. Now, that gets divided evenly amongst the remaining islands, which the remaining islands is Snowdrop, and Snowdrop alone. So, Snowdrop gets 5%. Week 99. Wow, crazy. I didn't realize we were pushing week 100. Wow, I actually got an escort. You can get 6 candies from an escort? I should more reliably make it so that my Go++ goes to bed at the same time every night, because that's awesome. Anyway, we're going to Old Gold Power Plant. Primarily just because, A, I can do really well. If I land desserts or salads, I'd rather land salads, but if I land desserts, I won't complain either. If I land curries, we're re-rolling. Desserts. Okay. So given that we got desserts, we're going to hold our easy travel tickets, and we're not going to level the new meal. But instead, we're going to run our intended team. Oh gosh, I did not. I need to check Rain on X later for what my intended team is. Anyway, I know what meal we're making. It is Zing Zap, I believe, was the plan. Yes, it was definitely Zing Zap. Okay, so then we don't need eggs this week. That can be our filler. Well, we'll use the cacao first, because I think it actually has higher base value. And the oil. And then we'll use eggs as the rest of the filler. Okay. Then I believe I need to swap on... Actually, I remember what it was. It was Quackwaffle, the double Raichus. Wow, would you look at that, everybody. Oh, crud! That could have been better, because I'm intending to run a good camp ticket this week. And I forgot to put... I could have had more filler in there. Whoopsie daisy. Mini blunders. That would have been so much better. That was a raw 10% odds crit. What the... What? Maybe I shouldn't have run the good camp ticket, because maybe using no good camp ticket meant that it just decided to bless me with good RNG, and maybe if I had the good camp ticket, maybe that wouldn't have worked. Who knows? Who knows what plays into the RNG of deciding whether or not a crit happens. But I did forget to turn on the good camp ticket. I don't think this is doing anything. Can this just be an actual, like, how many berries it outputs? That'd be insane. Or are we gonna have a... I think we're having a connectivity issue here. Let me pause the recording and I'll bring it back when it is working again. Okay, so It looks like my data has pretty much died, but I had this loaded up prior to, and I just wanted to give my brief opinions on Mawile since I wasn't able to really give my opinions in a normal, typical news video that I typically make. It's an oil farmer. Well, it's an ingredient specialist. It's got oil and corn as its like two primary, tomatoes eventually, and its hypercutter ability can produce oil, corn, tomatoes, or potatoes. Now, that is particularly useful for green grass salad. In fact, this thing is pretty great for green grass salad. Its ingredient list is kind of flipped from what you want if you wanted like a perfect mix specialist. Theoretically, if you wanted it to try and cover that meal by itself, you'd want the most oil. But if you were to have an ABC Mawile, it would produce tomatoes the most, followed by corn, followed by oil, which is the exact opposite of what you'd want. You want the least potatoes, which it will generate the least of, because it would only be getting them from the skill. You'd want then second least amount of tomatoes, and then you'd want it to be backwards from what the ingredient list is. But either way, it's going to be great for coverage. I think it's primarily an oil farmer, maybe corn farmer, which it's going to make the oil that it can make. Potentially can also make a little bit of corn. Now, as you can see here, it is the worst oil farmer of these three. I didn't bring up Ditto and Cramorant, because they're primarily out of the conversation when discussing oil farming, because they've kind of got their own weird niches going on, with Cram being kind of a dual specialist with Tasty Chance, and Ditto being more for tails, is what we think of Ditto more for. These are the ones that we think of when it comes to oil. Luxray and Toxicroak. Now, I've already got a good Luxray. I don't need another oil farmer, but I think Mawile is interesting, also providing more coverage and synergy with its own ingredient list, with its own main skill. So it's very interesting. As you can see, it produces less than these other two, but we don't know how much Hypercutter Ingredient Draw S is going to produce in oil. It procs about 2.59 times per day with these basic sub skills that I put on them. Which, if that is, depending on its crit chance for its main skill, it may make it that even just a level 1 main skill can theoretically push it in oil farming to be beyond these other guys. And theoretically, you could push that even further by if you were able to put main skill seeds into it, even though you wouldn't really want to be main skill seeding your ingredient specialist. But in this case, it would actually be making Mawile better at what it's doing, because it's got the oil and the corn in the list. Now, I haven't made a corn comparison. I'm not going to do that on here because I worry that it would refresh Rain on X, which right now I have very little data connectivity, so it's not letting me really load things. It barely loaded this in earlier, so I made the oil comparison just to see how it ranks. But I think it's interesting for people who need an oil farmer. Yeah, it's potentially good for oil. Actually very good for oil, because even if this makes like 2, which by my rough calculations, minimum it should be making about 3 oil per day on average off the main skill, that still outperforms Luxray. Not quite to the Toxicroak point, but that's like a lowball estimate. I would show the math for how I came to that conclusion, but it's interesting for oil farming. And maybe corn farming. I haven't run the calcs on that. Check out what other people are saying on that, or check the calcs yourself. I'll check them after this and make a proper video on Mawile when I'm actually back from my quick little vacation camping here. But as for now, I think it's interesting, and I'm going to try hunting it just because there's no better time than during its event release to hunt something. But yeah, I doubt I'll be making... If I end up not making or getting a recording in of my sleep session, I'll post a photo of the Discord of what I caught today or what I encountered, if it's interesting. But I may not actually get a recording in of my sleep session because I'm having connectivity problems, and I only have so much more time to record before having to get back to, camping stuff with family. I'm spending a lot of time with family, so I don't have a lot of alone time to be making these recordings. So we'll see if I have more time to do this later today. If not, you may just see a screenshot of what I encountered, because I had server problems before that. Anyway, pausing again or stopping the recording, who knows. Okay. Let's turn that music down.
just realized I actually turned myself down. Okay, it's me. I'm back. This was a different day. Give me a minute here. Yeah, so this was when I started not actually recording my, this was when I started not actually recording my reactions to it. It's just the sleep session. It was going alright. I was doing fine for the week, I'd say. Sorry if the audio is doing some weird things. I'm trying to balance it on the fly. But anyway, this morning in particular, and I said that I would record the lesson. Also, as far as the Mawile video goes, I don't know if I'm making that anymore. I intended to. I don't know if it needs a video, though. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, so I probably won't be doing that. If you guys are interested in a Mawile video, I'll make one, but just let me know. I think the Crestminster, I talk about that enough, so... I just recorded that before I'm recording this same video, so... But I don't remember what I caught that day, and I never posted it in the Discord, so... it must have been nothing notable. Musharna was hungry. Jigglypuff was hungry. I had a lot of hungry Pokemon this morning. Apparently. I think I sat there and contemplated the Musharna for a while. Because, you know, it's a Pokemon that I could use, maybe. Especially with the advent of Expert Mode, and it does have synergy with my Crest. So, like, I could maybe use a good one. I also had the bug where Snorlax keeps eating despite not eating on screen. I don't know if you can notice that. But yeah, you hear the Snorlax slowly eating when he's not actually eating. So, yeah. I don't know. What did I end up investing? I ended up catching the Slowbro, apparently. He must not have been a... Well, maybe not. Nope, I caught the Musharna. That kind of spoils what its stats are going to be, because there's no way I would forget it if it was good. And then I attempted the Slowbro. That's what I did. And did it give me the mega hit? I don't remember. I'll find out here. I'm gonna guess no, because it's 90% no. We'll see if it even went through. My game might have crashed. It did not, but it did not mega hit. It just big hit. That's it, though. Thank you, Neroli. We always make serious strides around here. We sent out the Munna. Did I send out the Munna? That does not feel like a me play to do, to send out a Munna. I guess Eevee? I did kind of have garbage to send out that morning, so... At least Eevee's very versatile. It's a super common candy, but it's versatile, so... Can't complain too much. Now, what sort of stats did the Musharna have? Serious nature, that's neutral. Mono milk, and a lot of decent ingredient finding. I thought it was an ingredient finder. It's actually kind of funny, because I have a very similar looking Musharna on the sleepers. Yeah. Sorry for making any of you yawn. Anyway, next video. A lot of them end right there, because it would take a while for it to load back to the main screen. The next night I had a dozing sleep type. And funny thing, I actually missed a couple meals during packed portions week. I wasn't really... I was trying, but I wasn't, like, super trying. I did half event prep because I prepped for either of two potential different meals. I did encounter my first Mawile, which is neat. I think that was guaranteed, though, because I'm pretty certain I used an incense. I did end up buying the bundle that includes the main skill seed, just because I wanted the main skill seed, which, another thing that I did during this week, I did this off camera, but I took a sub-skill seed and put it in my Swalot, and then to change its skill trigger S to skill trigger M, and then I put 3 main skill seeds into it. So now my Swalot's main skill is level 5. I'd still like it to be 3 levels higher, because, you know, the more Dream Shards, the better. Okay, what did we catch this morning? Was it a Ghastly? Yeah. Or did we start chucking biscuits at a Mawile? Well, we apparently caught a Ghastly because it was hungry. Might as well in that circumstance. It's only 2 biscuits away. Save a biscuit, basically. Don't really need a Ghastly or Gengar. Maybe for herbs if I catch a really good one. I wouldn't complain about it. Although I made a comparison not that long ago. My Dragonite, my ABA Dragonite should be plenty enough for herbs. Yeah, and I guess I just started using Great Biscuits in the Mawile. Which, I look back on this and kind of cringe. I kind of fell into the new Pokemon trap. I think Mawile's cool, but it's really not worth it. I said in the previous clip, it's an oil farmer. Why did I hunt it? I have an oil farmer. It's not even a corn farmer. Like, or it can be a corn farmer, kind of. It's not great for it, but I have a corn farmer too. I've got my Beware. I've got my Luxray. I've already got oil and corn covered, which is the best things that it can handle. As far as salads go, I can make Ninja Salad, which I believe is better than green grass, and I can make it pretty reliably, so I really don't need the Mawile. Brave Nature, that's a speed up XP down nature. Mushrooms. Ah, I do remember this Ghastly. It's hilarious, because this is amazing. This is an amazing Ghastly, but I basically already have it. For those of you that don't know, this is very similar to my Gengar. I've got a Gengar with Berry Fighting S, Helping Bonus, Help Speed M, and ingredient finding up XP gains down nature. So basically just change the nature from ingredient finding to speed, and that's the Ghastly I just caught. It's an amazing Pokemon, but I don't need 2 of them. So that one's probably just going to sit in the box for an eternity. But I can't get rid of something like that. Maybe I've got a bit of a Pokemon hoarding problem, but oh well. Next session. Let's see how this one went. Looks like a snoozing graph? No, dozing. Dozing indeed. This is when we first started, did we hit 8 spawns by the night before? I wasn't really paying attention. But 8 spawns on this night, at least. What's funny is, even though I missed 2 meals and I wasn't really trying all that much, I think I only missed 2 meals throughout the week, I still hit Master 20 by end of week and well exceeded it. I got to like 7 million Snorlax strength or something insane like that. Could you imagine if I actually made those couple meals and was trying harder and more active about my collecting? Double Mawiles, both a new style. I believe that's the 2-star, maybe the 3-star. Also got the 3-star Murkrow. We still have a hole in the decks where Honchkrow is, so I do need to catch or evolve a Honchkrow. I guess I could evolve my Murkrow. I don't really want to. Oh wait, but that doesn't actually get it in the decks if you don't encounter them. So I guess I just need to encounter one. I don't even know where it can spawn. It's the 3-star style, the jaw hugging apparently is. I did use the good camp ticket during this week. I've gotten to a point that I'm willing to spend diamonds on good camp tickets. I think that they're worthwhile for the diamonds. If you're If you're premium, there aren't too many things to spend diamonds on. It's basically just bundles that contain biscuits, I think, are the best plays, usually speaking, or good camp tickets to get extra weeks of it. And I think it was a particularly strong week to do so. Not necessarily because I need more Pokemon of the types, but just because the strength boost and the one extra spawn gives you more Dream Shards and more Research XP. And you will see that where that matters later. But anyway, we had a Hungry Mawile, which I could guarantee a catch on by spending a Great Biscuit, because it's currently at 17 pips. Wait, no. Wait, what was I doing here? Ah, yes, that's right. I had Ultra Biscuits to spare. Here's where I cringe a bit more at my decision making. Because why was I this determined to catch this many Mawile? I think I just felt very proud of myself that I was able to do the math here to figure out that this would work out. I think I just wanted to get the most out of my Ultra Biscuits, but you know what? I should have just held on to them for something that needed the Ultra Biscuits more. It could be Farfetch'd, but I don't think that'd be Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is most likely going to be a Leak Pokemon, which I don't need another Leak Pokemon, but I don't need another Oil Pokemon, so I still just am like, why'd I do this? I don't know. But yeah, I figured out that one Ultra Biscuit plus my Daily Biscuit would be a guaranteed catch. No risk of no risk of awful. That's the word. And then I could take advantage of the Hungry, toss it in Ultra Biscuit, guaranteed 15. That's most of the 16 pip Pokemon's bar filled. And then just one extra biscuit. So that's what I did here. And I caught 2 Mawile. Little spoiler, these are the last 2 Mawile that I caught. Because then later on I realized, wait, why am I doing this? Even the best of us fall for the FOMO. Sometimes. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes. Probably would have been better to spend that on the Caterpie. I still need a good Butterfree. Man, you can see how much of a struggle it was. Everything was so much slower from the internet connectivity. And Sprigatito went awful. Oh, and I guess just toss the Ghastly a biscuit. I mean, the last Ghastly kind of treated me well. It treated me well with a duplicate of something that I already have. You could make it a case that the new one that I caught is better than my old one because it has speed up instead of ingredients up, which being a pseudo berry specialist is almost better. But let's take a look at what these Mawile can give us. After this part. Look at that Research XP. Oh, that is so good to see. I do love seeing those big chunks of Research XP. Cannot wait for the Curry event to be seeing that again. First Mawile, Docile Nature. AAC. Decent. It's got Helping Speed S, Ingredient Finding S. If I ever want an AAC Mawile, then this is a decent option. If I'm willing to sub-skill Seed. I'd be more likely to use it as a temp oil option while I'm still trying to level up my Luxray, because that will take some time. Impish Nature, on the other hand, bad. That's energy up, ingredients down. So there was no real recovering from there, no matter what the ingredient list was, no matter what the skills were. Alrighty. Next one. I forgot what day this was. We'll see soon. I think I had like 9 clips or so to go through, so we went through, I think, 4, so I think we have like 5 left, maybe? We'll see. This was Thursday, so this is Thursday morning. So we still have Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So there's 3 more after this. 4 more clips to go through. Ooh, man, that was a rough night for sleep score, I think. Did I see that right? Oof. I think it was like a 50. I didn't get much sleep while camping. It was enjoyable, though. I still enjoyed it all. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Love my family. 8 spawns, though. as is expected, even with a really relatively low sleep score. Let's see, what was that sleep score? I missed it. 57. Oh, and that was the 2.5 times bonus night. I used the growth incense that night because I wanted the extra XP. But I guess it moved more than I was expecting, so it didn't get as much of a sleep score as I thought I would. So that was kind of an oof, semi-waste of a growth incense. I got to think about, though, it's still 6 times the sleep XP. Like, even if it was, because it's tripled, it'd still be 150 or so XP doubled. So it still was a good amount, but it wasn't as much as what it could have been. But we did get a new style in the Pawmot, which I did log later. And we encountered a Pawmi and some new Mawile. And Eevee was hungry, apparently. And you know me, I'm still hoping for the Pawmi of my dreams. I still would love to have a phenomenal long-term healer for the old gold power plant. Reliable healer. The Cresselia does great. I love my Cresselia. It's going to be my healer everywhere else. But I want to have the team that can do just amazing at old gold power plant reliably. That I can just set up old gold power plant as like my home base for off weeks. Run the Pawmot. Run the Raichu. Run maybe something else. And then just do well without any thought. And then just use like 3 slots for event prep, for whatever. An old gold power plant is great for dream shards and research XP. So that's kind of the reasoning behind I want a Pawmot. There you go. Loaded. I did catch a Pawmi. And then we fed the Eevee a biscuit because it was hungry. And I think that was it. Yeah, it's at Frontier level 39. If he gets to level 40, then he gets to a silver badge. Wait. Did I get the silver badge here? No, I didn't. I know I did eventually get the silver badge, and I think I caught it on camera during this week. Oh, I attempted it here, actually. I must have done it here. If the game would load. That's always a question. Hopefully the next time I go camping, which honestly isn't that far away, my family does a week-long camp out for the 4th of July, since that is the American Independence Day. So I'll be doing another week-long camp out that week as well. Hopefully that one I'll have better reception or more reliable access to internet or something. We'll see. I'm not expecting too much, but we'll see. But there we go. Eevee, silver badge. I know a lot of players are already at the stinking gold badge for Eevee, which I do not understand why. You guys love Eevee a bit too much. I do like the old gold power plant music. I know some people don't, but it's grown on me. Well, I liked it when it was released. I remember a lot of people complaining back then. And I was like, I love this music. Well, why are people complaining? Saying it sounds weird or doesn't fit. I enjoy it. If you agree, let me know in the comments. Oh, it's so good to see that many. I cannot wait to be getting that much research XP again from another good event. Gentle nature, that's skill chance up, so it's got potential. But it doesn't. It had a good nature, but nothing else. Eevee. Relaxed nature. That really doesn't matter much, but it's got a helping bonus and nothing else. So, yeah, that's about that for that. Next clip. So that was Thursday morning. This will be Friday morning. Just hopping straight into the sleep session review. I think this one was... I think I had one in here that was really rushed and was like only 2 minutes long. I don't know if this will be it. Given how fast I was clicking there, I think this might be it. I think I was like actively talking with people while doing it. Snoozing type sleep. And this was the last night of the Good Sleep Day event. So last night that new styles were boosted. It's crazy to think about how many sleep styles I'm up to. If I just check right now, I won't put this on screen, but... Oh, I apparently adjusted my volume. Yeah, I just checked. I'm currently sitting at 610 sleep styles, so... Now that's after these, like, couple ones. I might have been at, like, 609 with this one. We got the 2-star Mawile. Probably because it was doubly boosted. Between Mawile being boosted and the new sleep styles being boosted as well. Only makes sense that it spawned. We did not get the 4-star, at least not in that. But, oh yeah, this was the morning that I... This is the morning that I encountered Raikou. Raikou. And you know what? This was the one where, honestly, Raikou is the one legendary. It's the one that got away from me. I caught a phenomenal Suicune, a phenomenal Entei, and a phenomenal Cresselia. Darkrai we forget exists in this game, intentionally. Raikou is the one that got away from me. I do not have a good Raikou. So when I saw one, I was like, you know what? I'll take advantage of it. It's hungry. I'm going to try and make the most out of this. Because my goodness, that's a naturally spawning Raikou. So I gave it my last Ultra Biscuit. Just to see if I could maybe scrape by taking it home. It got like all my resources that morning. If I ever see it again, I'll take one home. I'm not long-term hunting Raikou because once again, it's a legendary. You may as well consider them event locked for the most part. But there's always that question of, well, I encountered it. What if I do catch it? And if I do catch it, and it has good stats, then what if? You know, my entire reason for wanting Pawmot is to make my old gold power plant team better. Maybe. But, as you can see there, I didn't get fortunate enough. And the guy became awful. So, naturally spawning Raikou, though, fun. Wish it was the 3-star, because that would have been even better. Which did overlap with the new moon, or not the new moon, the full moon, where new sleep styles are boosted, but I'm still missing the 3-star Raikou style. I did not send out the Mawile candy. I could not resist. I had to send out the Raikou candy. And I actually got a message later this day. Shout out to iBen Brown, who apparently pays attention to what candies his friends list sends out. Because he sent me a message later this evening said, Raikou, nice. So he got that. And look at that. It was off the bonus spawn. That came off a good camp ticket. I think that was a good camp ticket well spent. If I had not used... And that's funny, because that means it didn't even eat up my drowsy power at all. Because it was off the good camp ticket spawn, which if you don't know, the good camp ticket spawn kind of exists outside the drowsy power. So that's why we got so much research XP and dream shards that morning. Okay, that was the end of that video. So yeah, that was a pretty good morning. I'm glad I recorded it, at least. And what's funny is, I was doing that sleep session. Well, I recently got my brother into the game. My brother's been playing it. He's just now starting up on a fresh account. And he was sitting next to me when I did that sleep session review. And he knows, like, nothing about Pokemon right now. So, I was just, like, flabbergasted, like, jaw hit the floor moment. And he was like, cool, bro. Like, he did not understand just how rare, how incredibly rare that was. And I was like, you won't see this Pokemon, like, hardly ever when you're playing this game. And if you do, it'll be, like, probably a year down the road. But anyway, I digress. The next morning was a pretty bog standard morning. Not really much to catch. Lots of Mawile, again. I don't need it, though. In fact, a lot of mid-evolutions. I had the problem of a lot of Pokemon that I don't want to catch because I want to catch things at their base evolution. It's the cheapest, by a long shot. But Butterfree's hungry. And I do need a Butterfree, so it does look tempting. Oh, but there's a Pawmi. I forgot there was a Pawmi there. Never mind. Pawmi's what I went for. Because it's there. And I still am looking for a good Pawmot. I know I made a declaration that I was ending that hunt a while ago, but it's ending it as I ended it as a priority. Because Crest kind of filled the role. As for Pawmot, though, I can still use it, so I'm still going to be catching it if I see it. And Butterfree, it was hungry. Maybe it mega hit. It didn't, so I just left it there. I'm very liberal with my biscuits. I'm oftentimes writing 0 biscuits in the bank. As for which candy to send out, I believe I went with Vikavolt. Yeah, Mawile is arguably better if people are using it, but I feel like not enough people are going to be using it for it to be justified in sending out. Even if it is a rarer candy. Vikavolt, like, almost everybody uses, because it's just, by a long shot, the best option for coffee. So most people use Vikavolt for coffee. There are exceptions, though. Shout out again to iBen Brown. Anyway, this Pawmi, it's got skill level BEM, so it's a little bit cheaper. And it's got another gentle nature. Again, psyching me out with the gentle nature, because no good sub-skills there. Anyway, that's that day. This is Saturday morning, so this is last of 2. So I almost got a 100% sleep score, but it was almost all snoozing. It's kind of funny, but it still gave me dozing. my I was confused. You could see the confusion in my swipes. Because, yeah, typically I just have a lot of slumbering, so seeing that much snoozing and or dozing is rare. A lot of 3-star styles. That is good to see. Got Fuecoco, Mawile, a lot of Ghastly, a 3-star Vikavolt, which is a very good spawn to see for the purposes of Dream Shard farming. I'm not sure how that compares for Research XP, but it is good for Dream Shards. Let's see, do we see it here? How much? It doesn't show that one specifically. But the 3-star Mawiles aren't bad for that purpose either. Hungry Ekans. Hungry Snake. Honestly, what do I catch here? What did I... Did I just catch the Ekans and call it a day? That seems like a me play. Yeah. I didn't need anything else on the board, so... Or on the field. So we just used it to guarantee catching Ekans and call it a day. If it's bad, it's candy for my Arbok, who needs more candies. So, thank you, Neroli. We always make serious strides around here. We sent out the 3-star Vikavolt, because that just felt pretty natural. $29,000 research XP. That is always great to see. It's actually better than the day we saw the Raikou. Interesting. And a Jolly Nature, that's an XP up and ingredients down, but no helping bonus, no berry finding S. Now worth the investee, some free candy from my Arbok. And oh, that was the final one. Huh, okay. I thought I had more sessions recorded. I thought I had one more session recorded, but apparently not. So, that really is all for today. Oh, whoops. So if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon Sleep and the like. And I've also got the join button. Feel free to click that button if you want to show your support in that way and are financially capable of doing so. We've got no paid rewards for members, but the option's there if you just want to show your support. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.